Dell'attenzione, sono qui dopo disponibile per tutte le domande e risposte del caso. Grazie Giovanni e Marco, Giuseppe e tutto il team.
Va bene, grazie ancora Karine. Sì, ci ha fatto una bella panoramica, un bel po' di dati, un bel po' anche di scenari di opportunità. Bene, perché queste cose sono sempre apprezzate anche dalla nostra platea, vogliamo sapere le opportunità, quindi ben venga che ci sia questa visione che ci hai detto avrà dei punti in comune anche con la Russia, ma sentiamolo dalla viva voce di Oksana Evdokimova, che ci dirà come va il mercato in Russia, ce lo dirà in inglese, e anche le domande, che sapete potete porle sia qui nella chat, ma verranno risposte non dai relatori in chat, ma direttamente a voce nella parte successiva, sia nel sondaggio, per chi non l'avesse ancora fatto. Potete porle ovviamente anche in inglese, perché la lingua che andremo ad usare adesso sarà l'inglese. A te la parola, Oksana. You can go, Oksana. Thank you.
Yes, do you hear me?
Yeah,
yes.
We hear you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Marco. Thank you, Giovanni. Thank you, Giuseppe, for giving me this opportunity to participate and to deliver my presentation today. My name is Oksana Evdokimova, and I'm the business development specialist in Russia. I have been working with foreign companies in Russia for more than 15 years already. And today I will speak will show you my presentation. Yeah. So I will, like Karina, I will speak on the cosmetic market, but not in just Brazil, but in Russia. And I will focus mainly on FMCG market here and how to find the distributor, because I know that foreign companies, especially Italian companies, they're interested in finding a good partner here and developing their business in Russia. So the subject of my presentation today is the cosmetic market in Russia and foreign companies' localization strategy. I will cover some topics in my presentation. You will see how the market just developed here, what the distribution channels we have, how the business localization strategy should be prepared and implemented. And I have also prepared the checklist for the companies which want to enter the Russian market, and we can discuss it a little bit later. So we will start with some facts, some just figures which presented by the resource statista.com. By these figures, I just want to show you that the Russian market, the cosmetic market, is very attractive. Like also Karina mentioned about the Brazilian market, that it's extremely attractive. But the Russian market is also attractive, but it's very much competitive, but it's still growing. And it's very much attractive for the foreign companies. So you can see that the cosmetic market reached $2.9 billion in 2020, and according to the forecast, we expect that it will increase in just by 2025. It will reach $4 billion. The personal care market was $4.8 billion in 2020, and it will reach approximately $6.2 billion in 2025 The fragrance market was almost $2 billion and will reach $2.4 million by 2025. And the face skin care market, it was about $3 billion dollars in 2020, but will rise to over $4 billion by 2025. So as you can see, it's growing. After pandemic, for sure, it was changed. The distribution channels were changed a little bit, but anyway, it's still very much attractive and very much just the companies to enter and to develop their business here, the foreign companies should have very, very clear penetration strategy, and we will speak about it. So the distribution channels. Karina also mentioned some distribution channels in Brazil, but we just, as to FMCG market, we have mostly the distribution channels which I want to show you. We sell the cosmetic products, personal care products. They mostly sold through modern trade channels, e-commerce for sure, including marketplaces, local marketplaces. We still have traditional trade, but traditional trade is declining, and we have some kind of shops mostly in the Russian regions, not in Moscow now. And the cosmetic products also are distributed through pharmacies. I want to show you one example. It was just taken from one of my projects regarding the dry shampoos in Russia. And I want to show you how the distribution channels were split in the values, in the value of the distributor, how it just looked like in 2020. So you can see that modern chains, modern trade, it occupies 70%. That's why then the foreign company wants, cosmetic foreign companies wants to enter the Russian market. They should have in mind that the supermarkets, hypermarkets, cosmetic retail chains, it's these channels that what they really require. Also, a good just 24% you can see as marketplaces, and it's growing and still growing. And just after pandemic, it's they grew rapidly for sure. As I told, also traditional trade 1% it's declining, and we don't focus this kind of distribution channel any longer. And 3% beauty salons, because they also distribute dry shampoos for beauty salons, and 2% pharmacy. But pharmacy, we expect that this channel also would grow in Russia in nearest future. Just to give you just very brief understanding, let's say how what we just we have under the modern trade. You know that the supermarkets, hypermarkets in Russia, they grow also rapidly, and you can see that the biggest retail chain is Peterочка, which belongs to X5. Then you can see Magnit. It's Magnito Doma. It's like small format shops which belong to Magnit Group. Then you can see Lenta hypermarkets. Then 3% Перекресток, which also belongs to X5 group. Magnit hypermarket and family formats, it's 2%, but also some other just supermarkets. But we have now in Russia very just leading retail chains like X5 group and Magnit for sure. And the companies which produce, let's say, mass segment personal care products and cosmetic products should focus these retailers definitely. Next slide will show you the annual turnover of major cosmetic store chains in Russia, and it relates mostly if you have just companies have some not premium but the products which can be sold through supermarkets, let's say. So we can target the cosmetic retail chains. This is Magnit Cosmetic. You can see how it's developing very just aggressively in Russia. Then you can see L'Etoile, and L'Etoile is a cosmetic chain, retail chain, which last year acquired the Padrushka. It's Padrushka. It's chain of druggery format shops. Then Riv Gosh, and then Ulipka Radogi, it's a format like druggery format. And Il Debater, which is acquired by Sephora here in Russia. So you can see here, this slide just show you how they just the cosmetic market, retail market feels. So it was all just I showed you these figures just once again to show you that the cosmetic market and the distribution, cosmetic distribution channels they are developing in Russia, and you should let's say which opportunities you need to have in your mind when you want to enter the cosmetic Russian market. Now I want to speak a little bit on business localization. Business localization, like Karine also said, it's not like they just business localization that you should start the factory here or open your production facility here, just starting just from the first step of entering the market. I just want to draw your attention that when you want to enter the foreign market, the Russian market, you need to think of product localization, of marketing localization, and business model localization, because it's not possible to really to prepare and implement a very good strategy for the business development here in Russia. So by product localization, what I mean that the product should be modified and adapted for Russian culture, for Russian norms. I can tell you one example that several years ago I started a project with building materials, Italian building materials. It's ceramic chimneys. It was really a very good product, but when we started the project, we have found that it's not according to the Russian norms, fire norms, and the product, and we wasted some time. But after that, the company had to modify the product, and after that we relaunched the project. That's why it's very, very, very extremely useful to think of it while the initial step of your localization strategy. Then you need to think of marketing localization, that you need to understand the market better. You need to understand the habits, purchasing habits of the Russian people, or customer behaviors, and also cultural differences. And for sure, you should take into consideration the business model localization, because you need to understand which model is appropriate for your business and which model your competitors apply. Because sometimes, even if your products are very good, are very competitive, but applying not right, just wrong the business model, it will be also, the company will suffer. So what I want to say that the company, when the company wants to enter the Russian market, they should do the market analysis, and they should understand better the customer segments, their target segments. They should understand how the products fit the market, and they should prepare a very clear and right business model. Then I have been working with foreign companies for many years already, and I have a lot of requests from different companies, small, medium, just some big companies which want to enter the Russian market, which want to develop their business in Russia. Some of them, they are not satisfied with their distribution, and they want to increase their presence. And but I want to tell you that if the cosmetic company, let's say now the cosmetic company applies to me to start the searching for the partners, I have this checklist, but the list of questions, and I would like to all of you to pay attention on that. Because if you have a good product and you want to enter all the distribution channels which I mentioned, you want to be in the modern trade, you want to be on marketplaces, you want to occupy very good market share in Russia, and you want to find the exclusive distributor. For sure, first when I just start the conversation with the foreign company, the main request is to find the exclusive distributor, the exclusive federal scale distributor, because only you understand that the only big company, big distribution company in Russia could just have has all the resources to present your products to everywhere, to all the distribution channels. And if you want to work with such companies, you need to answer all these questions. Your brand position in your country and worldwide. Better if you have some Nielsen researches or some Nielsen reports which confirmed your position and your brand, your product share, market share in your country or just in other countries. Also, we need shelf portfolio from abroad, from other countries, because you need to convince the distributor that your products are sold in many countries and successfully sold. Then you need to understand what is your competitor here locally in Russia, and understand what are their prices and what what will be your prices here, and to deliver a right positioning. So you need to create a right positioning and explain it, because you need to explain it to distributor and to the buyers at retail chains, let's say. Then you need to be to have very clear value chain, and it should be open, because you will share this value chain with the distributors, and the price coefficient should be 5 point, not less than 5. It's then the recommended retail price divided by X works. But this coefficient is very important, and it should be minimum 5 if you want to enter all the distribution channels through the federal distributor. Then you need to understand that the recommended retail price for the cosmetic product in Russia should be maximum 10% more expensive than at the European Amazon, let's say, just at European marketplaces. The distributors won't speak with you if you consider them the recommended retail prices, which are twice higher than you have in Europe. Never. Please just also keep it in your mind. Then you should have enough capacities to serve the market, because we have such projects. Then we start the project, then we want to just develop the business, but the company has no capacities. You should have, but then just 3 other points. It's to be prepared well, because you need to have the presentation for the distributors. You have to have the presentation for buyers, for modern trade channels. It's better if you have it, or you will help with you will help to prepare it with the distributors. And for sure, you need to send the samples. If you feel, and if your answers will yes to all these questions, then you can implement this kind of strategy, localization strategy. We call it localization strategy. So then you can start with exclusive distributor. Here you will move to your sales representative. Then just it can be shared person or just out staffed, but it depends on your just investment plan. Then you can move to representative office. Then the company can find and some local capacities to produce private label products for them here in Russia, because it will be, these products will be much cheaper, and then you will occupy greater market share. And for sure, we have now all the opportunities in Russia to establish greenfield project, because we have free economic zones, which are quite how to say, very good from the point of taxes, no customs duties, taxes quite low. So that's why as a final, let's say, port of destination can be greenfield project. What I mean is your factory here in Russia. But for sure, you can ask me the question, if, for example, your company is quite small and you don't have such opportunities, such you don't have, for example, your brand is not imported, for just exported to other countries, and your brand, your products quite good. They have they are of very high quality, but you don't have enough market share to enter the federal, the big distribution company. And we have such projects for sure, and it's not easy to find the distributors for such companies. That's why you should think as just about the alternative market entry strategy, like representative office sharing. When you apply to the company, to the people, to the consultants, let's say, then they create a project, let's say project company, which will help you to create or to increase your brand awareness in the market, and to start selling your products to marketplaces, to small distributors, to probably some modern trade chains also. And then you create some brand awareness level here in Russia. Be sure that the big distributors will come to you. And I think it's a very good approach. Then not you as manufacturers go to big distributors and ask them to include your products into their assortment, because you don't have the power, bargaining power, then negotiation power. But it's good then you create your image in Russia. You create your brand awareness, and the people start knowing your products, and then the big distributors will come to you and ask for the exclusive distribution, and then you can just you will sign the contract. Actually, that's all what I wanted to share with you. All this information, it's based on my experience, and if you have any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Oksana. Yeah, that's a great alternative overview to the one we heard before from Brazil. And I think that's okay for making some ideas about where to move or how to move these two fine markets for cosmetic segment. Oksana, you can take off the sharing of the screen now. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Now, I thank you all. I thank you, Karine, for your overview of the Brazil and the opportunity from this market, and the great opportunity coming from the market that is growing up every time, in any moment. Also, COVID doesn't stop, so that's great. And also for the Russian market that we heard just now from Oksana. So I thank you all, and I pass to Giovanni for his part, showing us what people that is now attending this speech think about the cosmetic business and this to market, and then we can discuss over with the Q&A phase. Okay, what can you say us, Giovanni?
Ok, Marco, guarda, io adesso andrei avanti un po' in italiano, poi dopo ritorniamo all'inglese. Come ci siamo un po' organizzati, cercheremo di fare un po' di alternanza tra le lingue, e Ok, c'è già chi si è prenotato per parlare dopo. Benissimo, Stefano, dopo ti daremo la parola. Sì, guarderei adesso appunto le prime domande al sondaggio.